All right, quick video, Yashala. Hopefully it's edifying. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakat Kadash Barakatah. Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahushai Tabanas to the apostles, elders, the great millstone. My salutation to the brothers teaching word for the hopeful elect, soon to be the elect, most high will. Gets quick word, hardness, and I'll play the Greek word for it.
Strong's G 2553. Kakapatheo. Kakapatheo.
Kakapatheo. And the Hebrew word looks like, see, Qashayawath. Qashayawath. I think that's Qashayawath. And I'll get the definition for it. To suffer, endure evils, hardships, troubles, to be afflicted. I'm going to get that scripture, much affliction. Because these devils, it's hard to, because as we, just go on with, in this hell that we're living in, of course, these devils, there's no rest here. Most High said this is not our rest. And these devils are going to pretend that nothing's going on. Like, what we speak about prophecy and World War III, things coming up of trouble, things that's happening across the world, these devils, because the places that we are, the job, mainly our job and all that, I mean, man, really, I know this is a common thing, but it's slavery, of course, Nobody should be at their damn job more than at their house, especially when they got a family. You're at the job 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day, barely got time for your children, even time for yourself, But, these places, even in church, they're going to pretend that nothing's going on, man. So this is a part of our affliction, man. I mean, we would love for people to know this at the job. And they probably know. They probably watch it and watch videos and everything, but we can't talk about it, Much affliction, King James Version. Much affliction, King James Version. Much affliction, enter the kingdom of heaven, King James Version. It says, Acts 14:22, it says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. And that's what we're doing, continuing the faith, because it takes faith to believe that these things are coming. It takes faith with prophecy. And we don't boast on our faith. It's just, and faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things unseen. So they're going to make us try to look like crazy guys. They already been doing that, But like I said, and they're going to start changing the work environment, man. Like I said, a lot of these weird-ass people are going to become bosses even as you get older, You're going to have young people, that really doesn't matter according to the truth. But, in this world, you're going to see a lot of these average people, become your supervisors and bosses, so to speak. And they could be, dykes of transgenders and all that, and homos and all that, And best believe they might start coming down on you in a certain kind of way because they know who you are. They know you make videos. They know that you're on the highways and byways. So they might, keep you at a job, but they might keep an extra eye on you and then put hardship on you, you know, and or try to weed you out in that style, without just straight up telling you like, yeah, you one of those street teachers. But whatever the case may be, however they do it, the job force is going to get harder, especially with these mandates, especially with the MOTB coming and all that. It's one thing they've threatened Jake on is their livelihood, taking their strength away from them and basically their life, which got to do, on a basic level in this world, got to do with, your money. But we know, Most High, hope we endure and we rise above that. And brothers, many brothers are suffering to this day. It says, continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, into the kingdom of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Endure as a good soldier, Yahushua. Endure as a good soldier, King James Version. It says 2 Timothy 2:3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness. Yeah, endure suffering, afflictions, endure, endure these evils. These are evil times. Endure. We already know this system is corrupt, and the average American is finding that out. Mainly the, average Edomite, because when they start suffering and start seeing things, that means it's really getting worse. Now, some of these things that Jake, are common. That are common to Jake, but it's going to get worse. When you threaten somebody's livelihood, or threaten somebody's family, or threaten, somebody to where they can barely eat or, drink or just maintain, then it's a different story. So, it says, endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai, but they ain't called Christ. And, it talks about soldier because this is war, and we're in a war. And this talks about Ezekiel 15:3, Lord is a man of war. So, a lot of these churches, most of these churches, a lot of them starting to, change their perspective on things. I mean, they starting to know the truth. They're starting to, watch videos of the truth or what have you. But nobody was teaching this stuff about us having to be soldiers, enduring hardness. That Christianity BS, that's about prosperity. That's about, if anything happened or some conflict, affliction come upon you, so it reminds me of Job. They think you have a devil or something, or you ain't doing something right with God, Parents often think that too, so, they're going to make it harder, and they, how they gradually do things. So they might, pass a new bill or whatever, sign it into law, where you can't have more than one person, but your significant other, you have to be married with that children. You can't, in somewhat fashions they have presented that and applied that into society, even with something like Section 8 and housing things similar. So they're able to, especially when the COVID came out, it was like, yeah, you can't even, you can stay 6 feet from that other person or anybody in your family or anybody in your household. Stay 6 feet away from them, and everybody they had everybody looking at each other sideways, pretty much. Fearing that they might get a disease that's not even real. I don't even think it reached validation. I mean, I don't even think they confirmed the deaths, of course. They put the numbers up there, but you know, as far as um, real hardcore uh, confirmation. People just believe what they see and hear on the news, on TV. No research at all. No research. America, man. You can fool America with a rabbit out of the hat, man. Still, But so they keep the truth out of the school system, the job system, you know, and the church. Those are three dynamics that they make sure the truth is not spoken, especially in politics. I mean, they mention a Bible verse every now and then, or open the Bible every now and then, and like the devils they are, and they portray this Christian image, which is not nearly anywhere close to what you know true anointed ones are in the scriptures. But they the system is crooked, and they got insurance against Jay with child support, and they mainly target the male of our nation, which is so-called black male, so-called Latino male, so-called Native American male. Um, the head, and mainly the Negro overall, which is the head tribe of Israel. But no man, it says, verse 4, no man that worth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier. Yeah, because you're chosen out of this world, and you're chosen. Now we're suffering a different way. We're suffering with the knowledge and wisdom, understanding that the Most High given us. And it said that he that increases in knowledge, increase in sorrows. So it could be a lonely world. I mean, we got the brotherhood, and we got the scriptures. The Holy Spirit is a comforter, but still, it takes enduring, because like we said, this is not the way of the world. The Bible is not the way of the world. It's basically being outcast, and we're looking like the crazy guys, and there's no talk, in this society about the Bible, and about especially the true way that is taught. You know, so we're gonna be looked down on. You're gonna see, like even at work, like you can still see racism at work. You know, we could see through the BS, but everybody gonna be like, no, everybody gets a fair hand. You know, but we're gonna Most High write it out to the best of our ability. Uh, but I would say this too: we're suffering the best way because we're in the truth. That's better than suffering on the other, being a wicked person or without the knowledge. Uh, he that increases in knowledge increases in sorrow. King James Version. Ecclesiastes 1 and 18. For in much wisdom is much grief. And he that increases knowledge increases sorrow, man. Because you find out what everything is about and what these devils are doing, and that all this is a game. All this is all this BS is set up for you to fail, for you to be a slave, and they're making it uh, basically propping this dead harlot up, and still, you know, trying to beautify her to make it seem like, yeah, them guys on the corner, like, speaking negative, talking about America is evil and all that, and God's gonna judge. Hey, look, we got new job system here. We got new benefits. We got, new immigration law that help immigrants. We got, we help and benefit the have-nots or the afflicted in other countries around the world and all that, which is, we fund these politicians because we want to bring out the best of, of the best in America, you know. Um, and then the citizens go for it, man. You could put these American citizens on the string. You can take them up and down like a damn roller coaster, man. You could tell them, get ready for war. We're doing the draft and we're going over there and we're killing all these people. And on the other hand, you could be like, well, this is we should all come together and we're all one, and we're all citizens of America, and we're trying to we're showing our Christian part by going over there and rescuing refugees and those that are left of the rubble of war, and bringing them into safety, over here, tending to save captives over there, in different countries and all that. And they just put on a damn false show, man. And all this, like we said, all this news is false and edited. So those are the things that's like, man, you have to deal with that in your mind. And, like I said, going to work and you have an old woman telling you what to do like you were a little kid, because they want, at these jobs, they want it done their way, even though your way works too. They want it done. They want to see you do what they say. And that's the same thing with these schools and all that, and the churches, all that. You ask a question, they look at you crazy. Like, who the hell is this guy? You bring up Oppenheimer in school, they're going to be like, where'd you learn that from? They might put you on a list. And, you're a father of a child that has spoken up, man, because he know about those things. They might want to see you, and then you got to keep dealing with. And if you don't want to, you abide by those rules, regulations, and all the cases concerning whatever law that they have in America, then you're considered as a troublemaker, an outcast, and all that, and they're gonna make it harder for you. Pretty soon they might say, well, we saw you teaching on the street, and we don't support that kind of we don't support that lifestyle, whatever they might say, and not allow you to live in their apartment complexes, or get a house, or get a or get a job or whatever in certain places. Pretty soon the MOTB is like, you tell them, you look at some of them comments under those videos that deal with AI and robots, and it's a lot of comments that are rooting for that. Like, man, oh shit, that, you know, and it's gonna be harder for us because they're gonna want you to work like that robot, and if you don't, they're gonna be like, well, you moving too slow, man. We're gonna either replace you, you know, or we're gonna get some new machinery in here, but they still gonna have their slaves. You know, with all this machinery, they still gonna have slaves, and if you're not, well, then they're gonna demand harder work. So if you're not capable, you know, then they're gonna be like, well, we're gonna replace you, and then you're gonna try to get on some disability for whatever reason, of being disabled, whether your back is hurting, your leg, you know, you have head problems, or you know, financial woes or whatever, is they're gonna make it harder to get that, man, because the devils they are, you know. And we know about the fraud, people. A lot of people do fraud and all that, but this whole system is fraudulent, man. You know, the whole insurance, these insurance companies are a joke, man. You know, and especially the silent racism that plays in America and in a lot of parts of America. Some are louder, some places the racism is louder than others, but I'm just saying, and you can't prove that. You can't prove silent racism, or they're gonna be like, "What are you tripping off? There's no racism here." Shit, we didn't hire a couple of African Americans. You know how they put that label on us. You know, because that's when Jake get tired and weary and feel abused, misused, whatever. They pull out their race card, but ain't nobody gonna care about that anymore, man. We got bigger problems. All we're trying to do is keep this company running, and you know, if you're not qualified to do the work, or if you're not able to do it, then you can get another job. Just like that Matrix scene with Neo. You'd be on time at your desk. We're one of the top software companies, and if you don't understand that you have an obligation, you have to be here on time, then we suggest you get another job. No matter how, what the job market is, as far as, it's been harder to get one. They still don't care, and how many jobs can they supply, especially coming up using these, this machinery and all that, to where each Jake of each household, each male Jake, and even a woman, but I'm just saying mainly the men, to carry the weight, to be able to get a job, to carry the weight, so he could pay rent and cover the rent and cover all the bills. How many jobs out there, that each Jake or each family is able to get, so he could maintain enough to where he has everything covered financially. I mean, having a wife and children could be a benefit. If they're in order, it could be a great benefit. But still, it's hard for all Jakes pretty much. And these people that make money and that smile with no problem, like America is the greatest thing in the world, well, there's gonna be a time coming up where they're gonna even have to make a decision. Whether they want to live by the means of the government, which is to go left pretty much. to spiritually go left, or get with holy men and get with the Holy Spirit, which in this world would be more, would be harder and more affliction. But, it says he that endured to the end, same shall be saved. So, let me get one more scripture to close out. Afflicted, King James Version. Well, Psalms 119, 107 is a good one. I am afflicted very much. Quicken me, O Lord, according to thy word. So you can pray in your affliction and pray for others, like brothers, like apostles and elders. You can pray for them in their affliction. Let's see. And also talks about Job keeping his integrity. It says, Psalms 119 and 71, it says, it is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. So you're supposed to be learning in this affliction, and it's supposed to be making you harder. These things enduring supposed to make you harder, to where you're able to endure into the end. And that's what the Egyptians did to us in Egypt. So it's going to happen again. Deuteronomy 26 and 6. And the Egyptians evil entreated us and afflicted us and laid upon us hard bondage, man. Because this is good. The more these businesses reach for the superpower of the, and in their own right, as far as being a business, whether it's private or whatever, and a lot of these are private companies, so you work for this one guy, or this one, this, you work under a basic, you work for a business of ownership, that just like if you work for McDonald's, you work it, there's a whole different policy, which is a common job policy too, it's, along with these other jobs, other companies, but they got their own, they're their own, I don't know, what would you call it, franchise or whatever. They, so you deal with them. You're their employee. You're their, basically a slave. That's why you wear their emblem, you wear, their logo, and you promote their business, not yours. So, even when you're on break or something, people see you, sitting down, and they see that logo on your shirt, they still may ask you a question, even on your break, because you got the company's logo on you. You're, you know about the company, or should be able to tell them anything that they need to know. Of course, they're just there to pick up a mail or whatever, but they're gonna ask you some questions. Hey, my fries were cold yesterday. Well, I don't know. You need to talk to the manager. Well, could you tell me why they, So, these are kind of slave units, man. Like, And Jake don't like to think himself in slavery, but that's what it's coming down to. And like I said, they all these companies that were small ones before, now they're big companies or bigger companies. They got mega stores now like Walmart, Costco. You know, uh, which some of these they call a one-shop stop place. You know, so that means it's going to be less jobs in other places because they got all the stuff in that one place. You know, so that it could be harder there. Now they could get a job at those mega stores, but they're gonna, you know, require more work. You know, um, so I'm not saying that that's always gonna be the case, but I'm saying that they're gonna make it harder, man. They're gonna make it harder to live in this society all across the world, and the prices are going up of food, rent. You know, I think they said the price of living in New York was crazy. You know, and one last thing too. I'm talking about the economic more. The economy more, and your financial woes more because that's what affects Jake mostly in this country is that the lack of money. But I was online and they were saying, well, man, I remember back in the day, bread costs 59. A loaf of bread cost 59 cents or what have you. They was mentioning all these low prices that like it was better back then, um, which it would seem, and maybe some cases it was for some people. But I was I looked up the job, uh, the minimum wage, you know, for jobs back then in the 80s or what have you, and it was like $2, $3 an hour. So a lot of those people that said it was better, and a lot of these people that said it was better are the people that kind of like are in their 30s or 40s. So back in the 80s, they were young children. They wasn't out on their own yet. So it was better too because you wasn't really paying for shit. You wasn't grown to where you was paying your own bills. So of course it was better. But your parents might think another way about that. But I'm just saying, if minimum wage was in the 80s was $2 or $3, then really it ain't gotten no better. And then the food is fake. Now that maybe been a benefit that at least the food was closer to being, you know, it was better back then. The water was better, but it's even worse now. Because not only are you paying that, you might be getting paid more, that you paying it, and you might be you getting paid more, and the prices have gone up, extremely gone up, and the food is not real, and you got GMO out there, and you got poison in the food, the air, and whatever. So you're living in a way worse condition, you know, than ever before. And it says rather, the Most High says, if you return to Him, He will hear the cries of the afflicted. Shit, he heard Hagar when she cried out, and He blessed us Ishmael because of that. So He'll bless Israel, but you have to find, so to speak, a spiritual niche in these afflictions, and and ask them and pray and ask the Most High to comfort you, and to really become numb. And the brothers always mention it, stoic. You know, stoic is pretty much unmoved when extreme under extreme events or under affliction. You know, to remain stable and without and unmoved and without too much and without crying out pretty much. But we cry a different way, man. you know Coming back to the Most High, we crying out, sighing, crying for all the abomination done in the midst there. But I didn't talk too much. But yeah, afflicted, man. And Hebrew word of the day. Hope it is edifying. Shalom.